Hi everyone, it's the Comic Fan Man here, coming at you with another video, bringing you another unboxing here. And today on our unboxing table we have the Masterverse 40th anniversary He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. Let's get it. On the back we find more beautiful artwork. Brought to you by the amazing artist at Mattel. I believe this one was done by Nate Baersch. I don't really normally know these artist names, but I know I've seen this one on Instagram and Pinterest, and I do believe that this was done by Nate Baersch. Okay, here he is in his iconic I have the power pose. He-Man. I gotta say, of all the Masterverse figures, this one is definitely my favorite. It really calls back to my childhood. I believe when I got my first He-Man figure, I got He-Man and Skeletor. I was in the first grade. Then in the second grade, the cartoon came out. This He-Man is definitely different as far as body-wise from all the other He-Men. He's a lot bigger in the chest area, but all the rest of the legs, the arms, that's all the standard Masterverse body parts. He did get a new cloth, and his boots, this part, the bottom part, these are new. I don't normally do articulation in my videos, simply because I like just doing like the aesthetics, the art look of the figures, and maybe messing around and modulating them. But I will do the articulation in this one so that you can see he has 30 points of articulation. He has the vertical hinge on this hand, horizontal hinge on this hand. He comes with the open hand and a fist and a weapon holding hand here, and then I also use the other weapon holding hand for the shield on this side, so that way I can just plug this out and plug this in. It's fairly easy. It's got great range of motion in his midsections, double jointed knees, leg swivel, boot swivel, ankle rockers, bicep cut, double jointed elbows, but that bicep is He-Man size, so it doesn't really go too far up, but he's got good range of motion. His head has good range of motion. Again, I don't really cover articulation because it's been done to death by all the other figure reviewers. Normally I just do the art aesthetic, and again, because this one really calls back to the original figure, this one really is my favorite. And this power sword is really cool. Now, when this came out of the box, it was bent, so I did it in boiling water to get it, back into shape, and then cold water to hold it in place. And now it's pretty much fine. The back of his harness holds the sword very nicely. You can put his battle axe. His battle axe is really nice, but the battle axe doesn't really work all that well here. It starts popping it out. Here's my He-Man all armored up and ready for battle. And just so that you see, this He-Man looks exactly like a Masterverse version of the vintage He-Man. Look at the faces, they're basically the same. Obviously this one is more larger proportion for his size, but I love the fact that it is almost a one-for-one perfect recreation of his face. I am so happy with that. And yes, this is my original He-Man. The legs are glued because the rubber snapped many moons ago. But I glued it and he still works just fine. He stands perfectly, and as you can see, they look like big brother, little brother. And like I said, this is such a great callback to the vintage figure. I just really, really love this figure. This one absolutely is my top-notch Masterverse figure. I know there's a bunch of cool designs, a lot of modern redesigns and looks, but this one, because it is almost a perfect recreation of the vintage figure, this one is definitely my favorite. It just hit me all in the childhood feels. And here he is side by side with the Vykron figure that was the initial design for He-Man. He obviously looks a lot more Conan-like than He-Man, but this is what he was supposed to look like, and I just wanted you to see how different the body is from here to here. This is a more proportional, normal human physique that you would be able to get, whereas this one is a very huge, overly done He-Man figure body, which I love, because I think that's the way He-Man should have looked in Masterverse from the beginning. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this look back on this little history 40th anniversary of He-Man. Again, this is absolutely my favorite figure of all of them, simply because it really hit me in all the right spots for my nostalgia. I pose him right next to my vintage He-Man, and I am very, very happy with the look. Great job, Mattel, on this one, knocking it out the park. And I also did something very special with the box. And here is the back of the box of the 40th anniversary He-Man, all framed up. Just like I said I was gonna do with the other ones, which I'm currently in the process of doing, but I needed to get this one done. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this look at 40th anniversary He-Man. Again, my favorite Masterverse figure by a long shot, and I look forward to making more Motu videos. Thank you. Have a great day, everyone.